Now, I'm sitting here talking like a dumbass, not realizing I'm not on the goddamn stream. I haven't used this thing in so long, I forgot how to use the damn stream yet. What's up, Ronald Finkley? How you doing, bro? Peace and power to you, King. Hope everything good with you and the family. Yeah, man, I haven't been on in a long time. You know, just wanted to come on and maybe just talk a little bit of a couple of things that happening maybe in the sport, not in boxing maybe, but in other things. You know, you never know. You know, whatever. Mr. Deely, how you doing, man? John Deely, my Birmingham correspondent out there, you know, in the canals, you know, in the highways, byways, canals of balmy Birmingham. Anybody want to get on with me? Get on with me. We can talk about this weekend's boxing. We can talk about whatever boxing. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's all good. It's early in the morning. I'm at my work desk. It's kind of. Y'all hearing me still? I think my internet is messing up. Anyway, yeah, man, it's early in the morning. It's kind of slow. So I just said, let me take maybe a 45 minutes just to talk with the people. So we just had some boxing over the weekend. We had. What up?
What up? What up? What up? How you doing this morning? All right, calm 26.
Hey, man, it is what it is, my brother. How you doing, man?
I'm peachy, man. I just hate when it's winter time. You know how it is when you don't hit that sun, had that sun all in your eyes. You kind of start feeling a little dreadful. I gotta get me a warm place eventually one year.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know how it is when I don't have the sun in my goddamn eyes. All right, I don't have
All right,
seasons down here.
that's what's up, yo. Yeah,
So
that's
you
different.
you you need to come down. You know what I mean? Chill out for a while down here on the island until all this snow shit blows over. Right? You don't. You know, as people of a certain hue, we can't deal with the cold like that, bro.
Especially when you get older. Yeah, you're right. You definitely are right there, buddy. I don't know how I do it sometimes.
My brother told me that same shit. He lives in Canada, right? My brother, like, you're heading up to 50. And let me tell you something. When I first came up here, it was bad, but I'm getting older and this shit really sucks. Like it really, really sucks. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's telling me about shoveling snow. I'm like, shoveling snow? What? What's happening?
yep. Yep, I seen old boy Rick Ross cutting down a tree the other day. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that's around here, but the way he did it was just like so ignorant. It was ridiculous,
Hey,
bro.
I saw the video. I was like, yo, this tree about to fall on this guy, man. This guy is like, he has a chainsaw. He looks really strange with that shit. I
Yeah,
was like, listen, man, you rich enough to at least look at. I mean, you don't want to pay the $1,000 per tree. Okay, that's excessive.
yeah.
But at least look at a YouTube video of how to actually cut down a tree with a chainsaw. There's a lot of videos of it. Just
Yeah,
look.
he just set a bad example. He was doing it so ignorantly. Like, can you imagine somebody like who look up to him, watching him do that, and they go outside and cut their damn leg off?
Facts, bro.
You
I
know
was
what
like,
I'm saying?
yo, this look weird.
Yeah, and they
And
promote that type of shit. Like TMT was promoting that type of shit because they like it. They like to see ignorance at its finest. But
right,
that's
right,
all.
right.
That was ignorant how he did it. Like he should have looked at a video or something, like you said. But
I mean,
anyway,
there's
that's
a lot of people showing you how to do it properly. And you're working with a chainsaw, bro. One wrong move, I, I mean, your whole life change.
yep. In the blink of a second, just that quick. He'd be like, zzz. Next thing you know, he walking around with one leg. Yep.
Peg leg Ross.
Yeah, because you know he ain't got no agility. He ain't gonna know how to get out of where that blade wants to swing away from that or whatever it do. You see what I'm saying? Because it'll kick back. He had a big saw too.
Yeah,
But
big ass saw.
Yeah, maybe
You
too.
know.
But work out.
Anywho, you watch any
I did,
boxing on the weekend, bro?
oh yeah, I watched a few of them. Yeah, I liked it. The one I think it was like a featherweight fight or a light junior or a super. It was like a small guy fighter, but anyway, it was Robisi. I think his name was Robisi Martinez. I think it was Ramirez. It was Robisi Ramirez versus Eric Donovan. That was a good fight. It was only 3 rounds, but I liked it the way he boxed. See, that's the thing. I just like the way some certain people box.
Right.
They had a good exchange and third round. He made the dudes change fall out of his pockets, man, while he was standing straight up sleep. It was like amazing the way he fell out. You see what I'm saying? Good fight. I thought it was a good fight until that actual ending part.
What promotion was that? What promotion was that?
Oh man, that was it the ESPN card or it was two cards on that night. I think it was the ESPN card because it was Showtime card and then it was ESPN card.
What
So it
happened
was
with Colbert, man? What happened with Colbert, man?
Colbert got the he didn't look at no tapes, man. He didn't look at no tapes of this dude. It was a 3 week replacement guy
Yeah.
who was basically hungry. And the dude was just like it reminded me of like somebody like a Beltran or somebody, but a brand new Beltran, like bald head dude, like of maybe like island descent, but he looked at black.
You
But
said
that
a brand new Jory Bell, brand new Beltran.
or some shit like that. Like the dude was nice, bro, and he had power. So basically, Chris Colbert went in there. He was too light in the ass. Basically, he came out. He did like the tribal long ring walk and he just put on a festivity like he don't look at no tapes and the dude counter left him, bro. Like he just walked right into it, bro. Boom.
My God.
Set him on his pockets. Set Chris Colbert on his back pockets, bro. I'm surprised they ain't got a meme floating around the internet of him floating
I
through the
didn't watch.
sky.
I didn't see the fight, but I go on social media and everybody's telling me how Chris. I'm like, wow. But then you see, when you get these late replacements, as you said, these dudes is hungry. They're just waiting for a shot, any shot at anybody. You know, these dudes
Exactly.
is just waiting. You know, Colbert.
Yeah.
I guess Colbert. You see, Colbert's gonna get a lot of that because remember he said a lot of shit about Wilder and Shakur Stevenson, and now people are gonna jump on him and try and disrespect him, right?
See, but you know what though? That to me, like that's just like such of a judgmental situation though. Like for them to actually tear him down because of that. I just look at it like he was excuse me he just basically didn't do his homework and he got cocky way ahead of time because he should have really studied this dude. He's not a champion. He's just a prospect. But these guys act like they're champions already. But I just kind of feel like the criticism shouldn't be towards like the curse of Wilder. It should be more or less like, come on, man, you need to get your boxing together. You see what I'm saying? And stop thinking about the wrong stuff. That's what I got out of it. 'Cause the Wilder curse ain't real to me. It's just like it's more or less like, dude, you just didn't show up and you didn't study, and you're a
Yeah,
prospect. Think
yeah,
you're a
but
pro. Who
you
think
know
you
how
better than
how it goes, man. I mean, people just waiting for any opportunity to shit on you because he
Mm-hmm.
said something real about their favorite fighter, and they don't like that, and they were just waiting for a chance. Like if
Yep.
Jamel Charlo lose, you're gonna see these same people run out to try and disrespect Jamel Charlo because Jamel Charlo said that shit about Wilder, right? And it's
Yeah, I
like
can't think what you're saying because you are 100% right. That's exactly what everybody's gonna do, and you're
they're
right.
gonna wait, and it's like to me, as you said, it's just childish. Like, what's the point of doing that to Chris Colbert just because what he said something about your favorite fighter? That's so stupid. But anyway,
But that was true though. But they don't
it
want to
was
hear that
real.
though.
It was
Yeah, it
real.
was real. And that's why I looked at it like, well, keep it real with him and just let him know that you need to learn how to study tape first. Like, don't bring up the fact is that Wilder, like, that's just like nanny boo boo shit. Like, come on, man, we're bigger than that. Like, act like an adult. To me, that's just to me. But I know that's what they're doing, you know. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, what was it, the other fight, the young boy, Antoine Russell, he looked it better his last fight. But this fight, I didn't rate him too high because even though he knocked Postal out, Postal was 38. He's thinking about his family and the Ukrainian. Like I can't even really see him being in the fight like that. Can you imagine going to work every day knowing that somebody in your family might die? You see what I'm saying? Like that's just hard to do.
Facts, facts.
I don't care who you are. I just think that's hard to do. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't rate his performance this fight, even though he did stop Postal. They stopped it prematurely in a sense because Postal was like, "Why y'all stopping?" But you could just tell he wasn't into that fight. Me,
Right.
I could. He wasn't into that fight.
Yeah, he was trying to get out of there, man. He was, his mind's gone. He's not ready. He just wants to go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back home too, if I'm not mistaken. Like all 5 or 6 of the Ukrainian boxers are back defending the country.
Yeah, they gotta go home. Every man needs to go home and put their bodies on the line. Like I saw this dude, like Joshua was at the fights last night in England,
Yeah,
and I think it was one of the commentators, Chris Lloyd, had to tell somebody on Twitter, because somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh, why you ain't asked AJ about his future plans?" And Chris Lloyd said, "Look, man, I'm not gonna ask Joshua that. I think Usyk has more important things to worry about. How am I gonna ask this man about Usyk, who's over there fighting a war? What are you talking about?"
that would be so disrespectful.
I
I,
mean, it's like people don't think like Usyk and these guys are in a real life and death situation, because it would. Let me tell you something. The Russians know, or whoever knows, that these high profile athletes or personalities are fighting, and they would love to kill these dudes. I
yeah,
mean, they would love to kill it because it would break morale, right? Because
it would
when
break
these guys sign
big
up,
time.
when people like Usyk and the Klitschko sign up to fight, it raises the confidence and the morale of the Ukrainians. So the Russians know this, and if they was like, you know what, hey, kill these dudes first, right? Because
Yep,
because if you kill these dudes, you've pretty much killed the biggest and the strongest.
yep. Real talk. That's real talk right there
So
because yeah.
go ahead, man. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I shouldn't have cut you off, but go ahead, continue your thought because
Nah, it's just people don't think like people like Paul Stoll. He's just, as you say, he not into that. He want to go home. He want to go see his family. He want to go help his country. He want to go home.
exactly, you
So
know, yep, yeah,
it
but
is what it is, man.
it is what it is, man. I just like put a hedge of protection around them and those people over there who actually are going through a real life in live time, you know, tragedy that they got to deal with. That's all that matters. A bullet don't have no name on it, no name on it when it's flying in the air at you. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Respect
Yep.
to them, man. And I hope they make it back.
Yep.
So we can continue. I was looking at a couple people's channels who were already like jumping to conclusions. Saying that these guys are deserters. Like, how can you say they're deserter and it just started? The war just started, but it's like, how can you be like in one place and just automatically boom, you're in another place in an instant? Like, you got to give it time before you can call somebody a deserter. And I seen like big channels like coming at them like that already, and I'm like, wow, you're not even giving the person a chance to get to their home before you just say that they deserters. You see what
Bro,
I'm
let me
saying?
tell you something. Let me tell you something. A lot of these people talking shit about desert or whatever, they will probably be the first to don't even enlist. Fuck is they talking about? You don't know what you would do in a situation like this. You don't know. All these people, you see, it's cool when you're in your home behind your computer, pointing at people going through real life shit, criticizing them, and about what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and all this. Listen, man, just be quiet. All right, you don't know what you would do. Just be quiet.
I would hate for a war to happen in America because it would be like all out chaos because everybody wouldn't even be on the same accord. It would be like just chaos. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but that's how it goes, right? Like, I mean, I got my own feelings about the whole conflict, but that's not for here, you know. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna call nobody no deserter and all this shit, you know. These people need, gonna do what they do, because, as you say, if tomorrow somebody invades America, a lot of these big channel dudes are gonna be the first to try and dig a hole somewhere and bury themselves up.
Yeah, they're not gonna go outside and see
Hell
exactly who
no.
they are or nothing. It's just gonna be like fend for yourself, and it's gonna be like the zombie land. Really, it's gonna be like don't nobody trust nobody. Just all about like survival for yourself. And that's all I get out of it. I was in jail one time, and unfortunately, I was in the bathroom fighting somebody, and it's weird because I'm in the fighting like two black dudes, over a basketball game. And next thing you know, like two skinheads come in the bathroom and like, yo, Ron, you want me to help you with these dudes? I'm like looking at them like this shit shocked the fuck out of me. But I was like, no, I'm good because I was fucking both of the dudes up. But I was like, damn, you never know who your allies are. You never know. That's just real talk. And I ain't really mean to call them skinheads, but I just know that they was like a different personality. But they took their time to think that they rather help me than help them two motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I
got
mean?
you.
Trip me out, yo.
Yo, what
They did.
up, John Deely?
Hi, Kong. How you doing?
I'm all right.
What's
What's up?
up,
What's on your
John
mind
Daly?
today?
All right. Yeah, good. Thanks.
Alrighty. Where you at, John Daly? I forgot.
Birmingham, UK.
Okay, nice. That's what's up, yo.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not the best today, but it sounds like your weather's worse than ours.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got like snow everywhere. It's like
Where are
Colorado.
you?
I'm in,
Colorado.
I'm in East Coast. I'm on the East Coast, but it's kind of like Colorado. I don't know if you're familiar with Colorado, but Vermont is like Colorado. It's like near New York, but it's like snowy season. Like when
Yeah,
winter
you
comes.
guys are cold anyway. Like
Yeah,
North America is fairly cold when you think about it, because New York is as far south as Madrid. If you ever go to Madrid, Madrid's never cold. I think your
okay.
prevailing weather makes North America pretty cold, to be honest.
So Madrid is more like a tropical. Is that what you're saying?
It's not tropical. It's more kind of arid, but you'll never see snow in Madrid. But New York is the same uh, latitude.
Okay. What's
It's
up?
never that cold. Like cold in Madrid's probably about 15 degrees
Hey,
C.
John.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
See,
That's
I don't know
nice.
what
It's
that is in Fahrenheit.
warm here a little bit someday.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Jordan Gill is from Birmingham, right?
Who?
Jordan Gill.
I don't know every Brummie. There's more than a million of us.
Jordan Gill, the guy who boxed on Eddie's card, won the European.
I didn't watch the card, to be honest. I got rid of my DAZN subscription. Possibly. We're not best known for the most famous boxers we've got is the Yafai brothers.
Yeah. Oh,
Mal
yeah.
looked like he did okay the other day.
Yeah, it was Galal that was from Birmingham.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, I was watching the fight. I was like, wow, dude just went into a 10 rounder immediately. But again, he's not a young man. And I only knew Cal from before, but I didn't know it was like three of them.
Yeah. So he's Olympian, isn't he? So he waited for the Olympics and then turned pro.
No. So he looks good. He looks good. So I wish him the best.
We'll see how he gets on. But
yeah,
at least they put him in with a Mexican,
live
because
body.
a lot of the British lighter weights have been found wanting when it comes against the South Americans.
That's true. That's
Yeah, I
true.
never heard of these guys y'all talking about. What weight class is this?
It's a lot. What is he? Feather, or I have to look it up. Below like 140 pounds. I don't.
These are
Pay
small people.
attention.
These are like
They're not big guys.
Man, there's so many of those small guys, man. But those seem like the guys that intrigue most boxing fans. I'm hip to a few, but there are a lot of small guys, man, that are people are fascinated with them in the boxing world.
I think it's because they get a bit snooty. That if you're a real hardcore, you know the lower weights, knowing full well that it has less mass appeal. Like nobody really wants to see 200-pound guys fight, really, if they're honest.
See, we different over here. We get a kick out of like the bigger guys fighting. Like
No. I think that's universal. If you talk to me about heavyweight boxing, there's probably not that much I don't know. And the lighter the weights are, the less I know. I'll be honest.
Gotcha. Yeah, what you think about the Dylan White and Tyson Fury fight? You think that's gonna be all it's cracked up to be?
I think the fight will be. I don't think it's going to sell very well.
Oh, you don't?
No,
I
no.
hope they like make it like accessible like in America. Like, cause I'm
Well,
wondering.
it'll be an ESPN pay-per-view, won't it? They're talking about $80.
Oh, that's
I don't
what's
think
up.
that's going to sell too well there.
Well, you're right. A lot of people it's gonna be like kind of like how people shun Crawford, but I like ESPN Plus like when it's certain fighters involved, so I support it because I like Dylan White. Like, believe it or not, I do like.
Well,
He,
I don't see what there isn't to like about him. I mean, I could criticize him from a technical point of view, but he's an entertaining fighter to watch, and he does do some good things, and he's got some good attributes. I think he's
Man,
going to give Fury a lot of problems, personally. We'll see.
man, look, I like Dillian White because Dillian White is here to fight. I'm not going. The sad thing is, if I had to buy that fight, I'll probably buy it on the strength of Dillian White and not Tyson Fury. So,
okay.
because Dillian White
I'm going
deserves
to
it.
be paying for it here, but our price point won't be too bad. But I'll be paying for it in the hope that Dillian knocks Fury out.
Yeah, well, now, I'm not going to put myself. I'll probably, deal with some like 50 pop-ups, get a dodgy stream, and watch it or something.
But I'll only have to pay maximum £30, which is what, $40. It'll be half the price it is in the US.
Yeah, that's too much for Tyson Fury.
Not if you see him get knocked out by a sweet left hook, Kong.
Yeah, right. It'd be like timber, like a tree falling in the woods. Just type of-
Because let's have it right, yeah. No one's ever knocked out Derek Chisora with one punch, but Dillian managed to do it. So
yeah.
Derek's chin's pretty proven. He did 12 rounds with Vitaly Klitschko.
I believe this break that he had, as far as like him being concussion free for this long period of time is in favor of Dylan White because I just think he's gonna be more like confident in his approach to Tyson Fury. That's just my opinion.
Well, the thing is that knockout that he suffered, I don't think anybody else is taking that punch too well either. Like the way Povetkin landed on him, it's a heavyweight boxing. He caught him completely clean, and Povetkin's proved he'll take you out with those punches. And to recover from a knockout like that is probably easier than a sustained beating. Because I had quite a big break between the two fights.
Yeah.
And if you look at Dillian's mentality, I think he fought scared against Povetkin. But when Dillian's scared, his answer to that is go on the attack, not the defensive. And that's why he got Povetkin out of there quickly. Because I think he's actually scared of it happening again. So he's like, right, okay, I'm going to deal with this, man. That's my take on the B-match.
I was watching the card on Sunday. And I got a shout out to Eddie Hearn for that Sunday card because he was right. I was eating my little food. I was watching boxing on a Sunday. It was wonderful. Anyway, I was watching Lawrence Okoli, who sort of reverted to type later on in the fight with the grappling and whatnot. But I'm gonna say one thing about Lawrence. Lawrence is gonna have to do a better job and not become Deontay Wilder. He just has his right hand cocked all fight and started using the left hand to throw out these weak jabs in an effort to lull the guy to sleep and throw the right hand. Everybody knows what's coming, and he's gonna have to learn how to actually stand there and box. He has the same stance as Deontay Wilder, the same wide stance. And everybody knows what it is. Big right hand. And that's not good enough because after a while, Cieslak ended up taking his power and started fighting back. And after Lawrence couldn't get him out of there, he ran out of ideas. That's not a good thing.
Two Okolis or is it just one?
Huh?
Are there two Okolis? I thought it was a brother. Do we have a brother?
No.
Just one.
No, there's only one at Lawrence Okoli.
Just one. But when he can't get you out of it with the right hand, he runs out of ideas. And that's not a good thing.
The thing is, though, Kong, in his last 2 fights, we've seen him show a lot more than just the right hand. And he made an interesting statement after the fight. He apologized to Shane for putting too much weight on him between the fights. I don't know how much you know about Lawrence, but Lawrence only took up boxing to lose weight.
Yeah, I know about all that.
You know all about all of that. So what I'm going to say is,
he was fat like me.
What I'm going to say is, if you've been that way in the past, it's very easy to put it back on again. And if he got lazy in between fights, complacent, enjoyed himself too much, maybe his training camp suffered and he's regressed because of it. So I'm not going to make an excuse for him, because I agree. But when he uses his left hand properly, it's actually a good weapon. I haven't seen him use it properly, so he needs to get back to what he was doing before.
Well, he needs to do something else.
We don't need to see that type of performance again. Definitely,
yeah, you don't need that. Look, there's a place for grappling in boxing. There's a place for it.
I wish there wasn't.
Well,
I'm not a fan of it. I know Rafi likes it, but I'm against it.
There's a place for it, but I mean, come on, man. It's a boxing match. It's really not MMA. Right?
The thing is, if you actually go and watch Henry Armstrong fight, he used to put his shoulder on people in such a way that they couldn't hold on to him, and he could hit him at the same time. And I don't understand, and like that's leaning his shoulder into them and doing it in such a way they couldn't really grab him. So some of the best inside fighters can actually avoid a lot of grappling. When you see, what's his name now? Hands of Stone. I'm just having a mind blank. I
have no idea.
No Mass, who lost to Leonard.
Oh, Duran.
Yeah, Duran. If you watch Duran at lightweight, he's in the pocket all the time. There's not a lot of holding.
Oh yeah, Roberto Duran. Yeah, the Hands of Stone. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you watch him in the pocket at lightweight when he was at his correct weight, there's not lots of holding.
No,
his movement's slippery.
If you're in trouble, I feel like you should be able to like if you're in trouble, yeah, grab on to find your composure, but like I don't like the excessive like holding like just to kind of avoid like shots. That's kind of like me, it's like a cop out. Like you gotta have better defense to just grab it onto somebody, when you supposed to be fighting,
I agree with that. Like that's survival instincts. If you're going to avoid getting yourself knocked out, that's the time to hold. Yeah. And I've seen people use that to good effect and come back and knock the other guy out. But I'll even give Wilder that credit. Wilder did know when to hold. If you go and watch the first Luis Ortiz fight, when he was in trouble, he knew to hold on, and he did. And then he went and knocked him out. So yeah, that's fine.
But not like it shouldn't be like you sort of fake a jab and then you grab. Like don't don't do that.
Can you explain that to Josh Taylor?
Oh well, let's go straight into that before I get off. Hey Ron, did you see the Josh Taylor fight?
Yeah, I watched it.
Talk to me.
Josh Taylor should have moved up after he got undisputed. I just feel like he just was fighting down to like this guy was a pillow-fisted puncher, but like Josh Taylor, the way he fought him was all wrong. Like he was trying to like fight down to the guy, and like he was just like you saying doing excessive like like trying to like overpower him type stuff, and he just looked it weird out there. It was an ugly fight. Like I didn't like that fight at all. I felt like the other guy won because he was doing a better work. That's just my opinion. Because Josh Taylor was like crouching down, like actually fighting this guy like he was a small guy, which it just didn't look right. You see what I'm saying? It just didn't look right. I felt like he was the more sloppy boxer. He should have just moved straight up and then tried to find out like who he can fight up there and actually box against. Because he just looked as too big to be at that weight class to me. That's all I can really say about that. Ugly fight.
John?
I'm going to start off in this place. Ben Davidson. Ben Davidson's had him for 2 fights. He should have took Ramirez out. He was timing him beautifully. And Ben Davidson said no, coast to a decision. And he had absolutely no game plan for fighting the southpaw. He looks horrible. I'm not accepting the weight as an excuse for this, because he had the length. When you're a long fighter like that, why aren't you jabbing his chest? Why don't you just jab his chest for a bit and see what happens from there? Why are you rushing in and then smothering your own work when you're the longer fighter? It didn't make any sense. I had it comfortably for Catterall. I thought Catterall boxed nicely. He's not that much of a feather-fisted puncher, because that's the first time Taylor's ever been on the deck.
Well, yeah.
So it might not be devastating power, but there's something there. And the skill, he outclassed him. I'm not even having it that he overlooked him or anything. Like, Jack Catterall showed some nice skill. He was a good boxer. He boxed him nicely. The one mistake Catterall made, and maybe it's a gas tank issue, is he took his foot off the gas when he didn't need to. Because the rounds towards the end of the fight that Taylor won, Taylor wasn't particularly effective. It was more due to Catterall taking his foot off the gas. And maybe that's because he was gassed. I don't know. But I think that was a robbery at its finest. And it says to me that Dillian White is going to have to knock out Tyson Fury, because Bob Arum will go and pay the judges to make sure that if it goes to the cards, you're not going to beat a top-ranked fighter.
Are you insinuating that there was a brown envelope passed?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, the other thing you got to factor in as well, which Tyson Fury also has in his favour, is a Daniel Kinahan fighter, isn't he? Josh Taylor. He's MTK.
Oh yeah. But
yeah.
I'm gonna say about that fight that I knew Catterall was going to lose, right? Because in the end, right, I guess he got a little tired, so he started backing up a lot, and Josh started landing some body shots and all that. And I said, they're gonna call this a split decision for Josh. And the thing is, when you're in that situation, the judges do get swayed by, to me, in my opinion, watching combat, they do get swayed by if you're backing up and you look tired or whatever. And even though Josh Taylor's not really landing anything super effective, it'll look like it's right. And the crowd is roaring. Like Ben Davidson was doing something like what Teofimo Lopez's father did, like between rounds, trying to hype up the crowd and all this shit. I was like, what is Ben doing? Instead, you give your man clear instructions. And I want to say what John said a great point. When Taylor had Ramirez ready to go or in trouble, Ben Davidson told him to coast. That's why him and Freddie Roach fell out in the first Wilder Fury fight. When Freddie Roach said, I would have asked Fury to stop Wilder. I would have told him step on it. And Ben Davidson said, nah, just go to a decision. Ben Davidson, the man who called UK trainers lazy and old-timey, and how he does so much work and all this shit. Man, get out of here, man. I thought Taylor lost the fight, but I called the split decision Taylor because I knew what was coming. I watch enough boxing, I watch enough combat sports to know what was coming. And that's what happened.
I wasn't surprised by the robbery, but I don't see how you anyone could really give Taylor a round in the first 6. There was a knockdown in the 8th. And so even if you gave Taylor the other 5 rounds, that's 5 rounds and a knockdown.
Yeah.
But I gave Catterall more rounds in the back half than that as well. But if you're just going to say, because Taylor was just, yeah, he was doing more than Catterall in some rounds, but it wasn't effective. It wasn't good.
He's not giving the right instructions. He's more like a fanboy. The same thing with Fury. He's just kind of like there for just like moral support. He's not actually giving anything constructive to make sure that his fighter wins.
He's getting these fighters given to him to train because of his associations with MTK. If you look, he only trains MTK fighters.
Gotcha.
And he's not a good trainer. He thinks there's only one way to fight, and that's at range and safety first. I don't know what he was.
Anywho, well, I'm not gonna be on here long, man. I just want to come on and touch bases. I'm probably gonna come back on this afternoon, when I get my break, and chop it up with y'all about some more shit. But any last words from y'all, man, before I get off?
Man, all I can say is that yeah, the AJ and Usyk fight should be held off indefinitely. Because I feel like if they want to continue without the heavyweight champion, maybe they should make a new belt. Because that would be disrespectful to the whole boxing. I don't think that'd be disrespectful to Usyk if you actually make him relinquish his belts during the time of war. So if you want to continue boxing without him, the guy who beat AJ, then to make a new belt in honor of the whole fact is that he was the heavyweight champion and they're at war. So that's all I really wanted to say.
Well, I mean, I don't really know what I think about any of that. I understand why Usyk's doing what he's doing, but at the same time, Joshua has to do what's right for him. He can't just not fight. So it's a difficult situation. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think Joshua has to fight, right? So
yeah, he's got to fight. Well, he's either got to fight or retire, because you can't just sit on the sidelines and expect to not be affected.
Yeah, I think this next 2 to 3 years for Joshua is going to be his last best time, and the COVID thing really destroyed his whole flow, and he needs to fight at least twice, 3 times this year. He has to. So best of luck to Usyk. Stay safe over there, man. Again, I have my own thoughts on the situation. I'll talk about that on my other channel. This ain't really the place for it, but I don't wish death on people, and I understand having to defend your homeland, man. So, stay safe to them guys over there. Thanks for everybody in the chat. What's up, Tony's Reviews? Ayabs came through. I'll be back this afternoon. We can talk some more because I want to get more into the boxing, and I can be more. I could be a bit longer. So, y'all be easy. I'm gonna go act like I'm doing work now for the next 2 hours.
I'll catch you later, Kong.
Yeah, man. Hey, peace to everybody in the chat who came through. I'm gonna go put my head down in front of my computer now, and I'm gonna look busy. Y'all don't wrap me out, all right? Peace.